We all dream of the glamorous life of the rich and famous. Endless wealth, luxury cars, private islands, and everything you could ever want. But here's the thing, it doesn't always last. Some of the world's most beloved billionaires have seen their fortunes vanish into thin air. From bizarre spending sprees to shocking financial mismanagement, these celebrities went from rolling in cash to scrambling for survival. You won't believe how they lost it all, and the stories behind their downfall will leave you speechless. Stick with us, because this is one roller coaster ride you don't want to miss. Number 5. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, a name synonymous with pop royalty and unimaginable wealth. At his peak, he was worth over $1 billion, owning a massive catalog of music and property. But when he passed away, the financial empire he left behind was anything but stable. Mismanagement, lavish spending, and mounting debts left his estate in chaos. With $500 million in debt and legal battles surrounding his estate, the king of pop's fortune became a shadow of what it once was. So, how did it all go wrong? Michael Jackson's spending habits were as wild as his performances. He spent millions on luxury items, from his Neverland ranch to his extravagant purchases like a $25 million shopping spree. Even more troubling were his constant legal battles and the heavy financial burden of maintaining his lavish lifestyle. And while Jackson's estate has found some success posthumously with his music catalog, it's still not enough to recoup the massive debts he left behind. To understand how the world's biggest pop star lost it all, we need to look at the dark side of his fame and fortune. Number 4. Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage. From blockbuster hits to bizarre purchases, Cage's lifestyle was legendary. With an estimated net worth of $150 million, Cage could have bought anything he wanted. And he did. 2 castles in Europe, a haunted mansion, an island in the Bahamas. He even bought a pet octopus and a dinosaur skull. His spending sprees were the stuff of legend, but they also led him down a path of financial ruin. Despite earning millions, Cage's extravagant lifestyle eventually caught up with him. His purchases weren't just bizarre, they were financially irresponsible. He spent millions on real estate and eccentric items, neglecting the importance of managing his taxes. As a result, unpaid property taxes and debts piled up. By 2009, Cage found himself in deep financial trouble and had to sell many of his prized possessions to pay off his debts. But here's the crazy part. Cage didn't just lose his wealth through mismanagement. Some of his wealth was wiped out by bad financial advice and a series of failed investments. Now the once untouchable actor had to rebuild. But how did someone with such a hefty paycheck lose everything? Let's dive deeper into his financial fall. Number 3. Aaron Carter. Aaron Carter, a pop star who seemed destined to follow in his brother's footsteps, had it all until he didn't. By the time he was 18, Carter had earned an estimated $200 million thanks to his pop career. But the fame came with heavy burdens. From reckless spending to questionable financial management by his parents, Aaron found himself filing for bankruptcy in 2013. The amount? A staggering $3.5 million in debt with just $8,000 in assets.
So what went wrong? Aaron Carter's financial woes were partly the result of the decisions made by his parents, who allegedly mishandled his fortune when he was a teenager. They let him spend lavishly without proper budgeting or understanding of the long-term consequences. Aaron's personal struggles, including his battles with substance abuse, didn't help either. By the time he filed for bankruptcy, his net worth was a far cry from the $200 million he had once amassed. But here's the kicker. Despite all the bad decisions, Aaron did manage to pay off his debts by 2014. But after all that, he's still left with just a fraction of his former wealth. How could such a bright star burn out so quickly? Number 2. Toni Braxton. Toni Braxton, the sultry diva who made a name with hits like Unbreak My Heart, once had everything: fame, fortune, and platinum albums. But despite her success, Braxton was no stranger to financial trouble. After a major lawsuit with her record label and an unexpected health issue that canceled a tour, she found herself in bankruptcy court not once, but twice. The amount? A crushing $50 million in debt. So how did someone with such an iconic career end up here? Braxton's first bankruptcy came after a lawsuit she filed against her label, which resulted in expensive legal battles and a loss of income. But it didn't end there. Braxton also suffered from overspending on everything from luxury cars to lavish homes. Even more damaging was her health issue that caused her to cancel a major tour, which cost her millions. It was a perfect storm of bad luck and bad financial decisions. Yet Braxton has managed to bounce back with a reality TV show and music career, but the financial scars remain. What does this teach us about the dangers of not managing wealth properly, even when you're at the top? Number 1. Janice Dickinson. Janice Dickinson, known as the world's first supermodel, strutted her stuff on the catwalk for decades. But behind the glam was a financial nightmare. Despite her years in the spotlight, Dickinson filed for bankruptcy in 2013. With just $19,000 in assets and over $1 million in debt, her lifestyle was crashing hard. How could someone who had made millions in the fashion industry end up here? The answer lies in Dickinson's tendency to live beyond her means. She spent money on expensive surgeries, designer clothing, and a lavish lifestyle that left little room for saving. And let's not forget the constant legal issues she faced, including battles over unpaid taxes. Even though she had a wildly successful career in modeling, she wasn't prepared for the financial consequences of living an extravagant life. Her story is a stark reminder that a high-paying career doesn't always guarantee long-term financial stability. But how did she manage to survive after losing it all? From Michael Jackson's shocking estate battles to the bizarre spending habits of Nicolas Cage, these billionaires remind us that even the most famous can fall from grace. Whether it's bad investments, mismanagement, or just living too large, these celebrities went from a life of endless luxury to financial ruin in the blink of an eye. So next time you see a celebrity on top of the world, remember, it can all come crashing down, no matter how big you get. That's the wild ride of fame, fortune, and falling from the highest heights.